Hello and welcome to this April 2025 energy update. This is the Space Library transmission where I, Bree, will be channeling the High Council of Light to receive information and energy and attunement that is for each and every single one of us tuning into this for our highest and best good, and for the highest and best good of all. So I'm going to try and not add my 2 cents at the beginning so that this can be as streamlined as possible. And if I have your permission, me and my guides, to scan your energetic field during this session to attune the message as best as possible to each and every single one of you, then just say yes. And if you would like to receive the light codes, it looks like they're showing me that there's going to be some activations throughout the transmission. So if you would like to receive the energetic activations, then just say yes. All right, so for those of you that are new here, what I'm going to be doing is called trance channeling. So I'm going to be allowing my ego mind, my belief system, my shaping to take a rest so that I can simply be this plug-in to the High Council of Light, to the angelic realms, to the ascended master planes, so that they can use me as a instrument that is connected here to the earth plane, as each of you are as well. So there's going to be a complete circuit occurring today in this energetic update and activation. So if you're new to energetic upgrades, the only thing you really need to know is to make sure you hydrate following the session. You also may want to take this in at a time that you'll have some flex. Yeah, they're showing me, so before we go into it, they're showing me if the best time to take this in is when you will have at least a half an hour after we're done with this to integrate the session. So this is going to be on both my Space Library membership and my YouTube, so you can just look at how long the video is and then plan accordingly. Make sure you have a 30-minute period after the session. Okay, is that it, guys? Yep, that's it. So we're going to get going. They want me to I lit some sage already. They're wanting some of you to know that because they're showing me some of you are working with your tools now. So you've got your crystals out, your smudging tools, and I'm lighting Palo Santo now. They said the sage is going to help us with the physical. The Palo Santo is going to help us with the etheric. And these are both one, so they're coming into one in this session. All right, so if you haven't given your yeses yet, now would be the time to do that. Scan within your heart if this is the right time for this. It does feel like it will be potent. All right. They're asking me to begin by guiding us through a little meditation as they attune in my field. So they're asking all of you to find your seated or lying down position, no driving or operating machinery. They're asking you each to just drop within your body now into the heart and just give a sense of the land here, what's going on in your heart. Now they want you to go a little lower. They want you to drop into the solar plexus, center of your body, right under your rib cage. Just sense what's going on here. Now they want you to zoom back up. Scan up into the third eye. See what's going on here. They're showing me, they're having us do a preliminary scan of these 3 centers that will be deeply cleansed and healed in this session. Good. Thank you all for scanning these areas. We are channeling through Bree with a larger audience and a larger array of touch points into the High Council of Light. The High Council of Light is simply a name we can use for the aspects of your higher selves that are within the monadic body. The monadic body being the embodiment of you that is in between the etheric and the physical realms. Some of you are like Bree. You want to understand this in the sense of a textbook. You want the diagram, and you want to see what this looks like. Instead of this, what does it feel like? Zoom now to your causal body. What does it feel like? No, not what you've learned about it. What does it feel like? There we go. We've got you all locked in now to the transmission from your quantum heart. Some of your minds are still active, trying to shape, trying to dig. Your mind is there to help you, but you as the soul beneath the mind must be guiding this. If the mind starts to guide without the soul's recognition, you will find yourself in many environments of suffering. Inner and outer environments of suffering. But if you can all understand and learn and settle into your being, if you can let the grip of the ego soften, believe us when we say that your ego will eventually shift. Your ego cannot be alone. You are feeding it. Conceptualize now that this ego is a pet. This is a pet of yours. It is one with you. It is a family member. When it acts up, will you exile it? Or will you show it the love it desires so that it can see through truth? Instead of programming. We're forceful in this message because the month of April will reactivate any remaining ego threads that we're limiting to you. Any of these inner parts, inner voices that were in a lower frequency or a lower vibration, they may come and be seen in the month of April. What will you do with them? Cut it off like a bad habit? Or show it love? Some of you, that's too extreme. And maybe that's why your focus in the coming months and year will need to be neutrality. Not love and light, but neutrality. For many of you here, the reason you cannot connect to love is because you are not connecting to what is truly love. You are connecting to the veils of illusion in your psyche that believed love was manipulative. So leave the love and light to someone else and focus on neutrality. There we go. Some of you are getting it now. There will continue to be these events on your planet in the month of April. Your planet is not done with her purging process. And neither are many of you. We can't alleviate you to say that one day there will not be a need for this purging process. But as you are evolving and shifting into a new state of consciousness and being, it's not just about your thoughts, it's your being. Your mind and your body are involved in this. So do not leave your mind or your body out of it. Do not exile your egos. There will be many new guides for all of you. Many of them have already begun to introduce themselves to you. And many of you are resisting them because they are unfamiliar, uncertain, or you have a connection with these guides and something you learned earlier in life was bad. We're seeing many of you are connecting with dragon guides, fairy guides, animal guides. And yet there's a shred of you resisting this because you believe maybe it's evil. What do you believe evil is? We will define it from our perspective. Fear-driven behavior, and that is all. If you could all accept that that's what it is, you would all begin to be more tender with your own fears. Imagine a world now where nobody on it fears each other. What would that be like? Love-based, perhaps? A lot more neutrality, perhaps? Less judgment? Less shame? Less guilt? We'll touch on shame and guilt for a moment before you enter this new month, so that as it begins to show itself to you, you can understand it instead of exiling it. Where is the shame coming from? Where did you learn to feel that way? Can you let it go? Where did the fear come from? When did it become pronounced? When did you allow it to drive you? Can you let it go? Now, guilt is more nuanced because the guilt will bring you into deep healing interdimensionally. You must first ask yourself, when did I learn to feel guilty? Why should I feel guilty for this? Am I truly doing something that is harming another? And if so, that is a way for you to shift. But if you are not harming others and you're feeling guilty, you are experiencing fear in a distorted state. We will also state to all of you that anger is the same. Your anger is pointing to a fear. Your anger is pointing to areas you need to strengthen your boundaries. Your anger is pointing to where you can evolve. Your angers, your fears, your guilts, your shames are not pointing to an individual in your present, past, or future that have done anything wrong to you. The sooner you can let go of blame, the sooner you will experience April as the month of cleansing and not the month of disruption. But if you have too much stagnancy that was not shook loose by the eclipse, it will be prominent and in your face until you face it. Bree is questioning why this message is so different from past messages. And that is because we are going to be up-leveling these messages to affect you each and individually to actually shift your vibration and frequency. That is our goal now. And here on out, as Bree allows her vessel to be attuned to bring us through. Also, please know each of you are now being attuned to bring us through. You have a seat with us. If you didn't, you would have dropped off the video already. This would not have resonated with you. You would have left, unsubscribed, told Bree to repent. You would be gone already. For some of you here, you need the reassurance that Jesus is in this space, so we will do that. All the beings here are with one intention: to unify, to bring love. To remind. We're being brought now to the Akashic Records once more. The High Council of Light is asking us all to do a scan here in the Akashic Records. Some of you will be given a token, a key, a scroll, a book. Some of you will be handed some light language codes. Go ahead and take that, grab it if you would like, and just bring that into the heart. Some of you I'm seeing are actually pulling these codes into the heart. So just allow this space. Now just gently notice as the roots beneath you are starting to glow and move. They're alive, almost as an alive tree walking around. Feel these roots plant beneath you. Call on Mama Gaia. Ask her to send up any support for your physical vessel that may be calling your attention. Some of you let go of a lot of emotional baggage and weight. So just go ahead and offer that to Mama Gaia. And take some really, really deep breaths. Intend that those breaths are grounding breaths. Okay. All right, and some of you will want to rub your hands together. That was a really powerful transmission. Very, I'll just explain as I'm getting grounded, because that was really deep. It felt they were giving us, and they're affirming, I've got some nods still in my consciousness, but we expanded our light body. And it also felt as if this, leave comments, please, about your experience. Preferably pause the video, leave the comment, and then hear me say this, because they're showing me a lot of you are going to comment this. But what they're showing me is what we received in this session was light, but this light was a very nurturing, nourishing, and they're showing me nutrient dense. So they're showing me that the light that we received in this was very, very potent and very, very specifically catered and designed to each of us. So what they were showing me, as I'm still landing a little bit, I'm a little bit still up there, but and a part of us always really is, but what they're showing me is each of our higher selves were able to be accessed, right, in the session. And so each of our higher selves went up in this high council of light and started weaving these codes for us. So it's by us, for us. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the close of the message. Oh, I also will share, I did see for the month of April, a lot of this has to do with the planet Mars, and the sign Aries, but what they were showing me was volatility on the planet. So that's not to be coded in fear by any means, but what the message feels to be is we're really anchoring our nervous system at this time. We're allowing ourselves to be a grounded, steady pillar of light at this time in particular. And this session was truly a full-blown session, not just an update, but a session. So if you do want to repeat this, know that you can take this one in. This is similar to a lot of the other transmissions, but after you've heard it the first time around, you can just play this on silent, and it will act as it's a healing, it's a field, it's a quantum field. So it'll reactivate that field anytime you put it on. And please do revisit it in the times that you're really feeling. What I want to share is this. when you're doing the shadow work, when you're doing the parts work, when you're addressing the layers and aspects of you that are coming up to be addressed and loved, I'm asking that you not, do escapism, but let's say you go through that and you work through that and you're feeling raw after working through that. This is a transmission for you to play that will really help you integrate the work that you're already doing. It's also a good video to revisit when you're feeling what they're showing me as a disconnect between your spiritual and physical. I definitely relate to that. So when you're feeling that, you can play this and it'll do some things for you energetically, which will permeate to all the other layers. And if you're not already subscribed in the Energy Healing membership, that is $11 a month and free for a week, please do try it out. It is truly countless hours of channelings and healings, the High Council of Light, many angelics, many ascended masters. I am simply here to be walking along this path with you. I am with you. And these transmissions will really assist you in tuning into your essence and your soul and embodying that. So let this be an assistance, a portal, a quantum expansion for you. And everything that I'm offering linked below. Also, I do encourage you towards my book. I just published Space Library, Beings of Light, the first in the series. So that too will be linked below. You're really supporting me when you buy this book. And you're also really supporting your own spiritual growth and ascension journey in ways that I can't explain, but you will feel instantly. I mean, I'm talking, you're going to order it and you're going to start already feeling the changes. So please support my small business in any way that you feel called to so that I can continue to show up here authentically with love and offer us a tune in to who we really are. I love you all. Let's take one breath together. Be sure to hydrate, and namaste.